independence you value. It sounded like freedom to me.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how to achieve freedom financially and what I should be thinking about in the context of a world that's changing at such incredible speed? When we're talking about tariffs and recessions and now AI, I've been thinking over the last couple of weeks, like, what should my personal financial strategy be? How should I be thinking about it? Is it a strategy? Is it a psychology? Is it a mindset? What is it that I should be thinking about to survive this area of tremendous change and Trump economics and get through the other end with that freedom and independence that you and I both desperately value?
This sounds like such a squishy BS kind of answer, but I think there's a lot of truth to this, and I'll explain in a second. It is largely a mindset. And that sounds crazy, but I'll explain what I mean. My grandmother-in-law, she passed away a couple years ago. She was 92 when she passed away. She, for 30 years, she lived off of nothing but Social Security. I think she got $1,700 a month from Social Security, and she had nothing else. No savings, no pension, no nothing. She was the happiest person. I've met half a dozen billionaires in my life. I'm sure you have as well. None of them were as happy as she was. And she was like financially broke, but she had this level of psychological wealth that was like unparalleled. And the reason was off $1,700 a month, that was all she needed. She was perfectly happy toiling in her garden, watching birds, going for walks, hanging out, reading from books from the library, perfectly content with all of that. She didn't need anything else. So she had very little money, but she wanted even less. And so she had a level of independence that a lot of billionaires do not. Because if you are a billionaire, if you have $1 billion in the bank, but you are so encumbered by your business, your employees, your suppliers, your customers, you're waking up at 3 a.m. sweating because you got this email and you're stressed out about it, you actually have very little independence in that situation. Your shareholders or regulators are coming down on you. I mean, we see this. There's no one in particular here, but we've seen very wealthy people kind of become sycophants to politicians. And the truth is, a lot of those like mega billionaires absolutely rely on politicians and regulators to keep their machine moving. And so my grandmother-in-law on $1,700 a month had a higher level of independence than a lot of those people do. And that's why I say like a lot of this is a mindset, because the truth is the vast majority of people listening to this could have a level of independence. It's not that you can retire tomorrow, but you can have a level of financial independence once you realize that the key is managing your expectations more than it is how can I just pile up as much money as I possibly can. It's easy to think like, how do you become financially independent? Like, save a ton of money. And there's truth to that. Of course, that's part of it. But more of it is just in like, what kind of life do you want to live? Because if your expectations are growing faster than your net worth, it's never going to feel like you'll never be independent. Never. You have $100 billion, but if you want more and more and more, like it's never going to feel like it's enough. Mm-hmm. Or if you enjoy bird watching and reading books like my grandmother-in-law, $1,700 a month, you're all set. You're set for 30 years.
You're rich.
You're rich.
And free.
She was psychologically rich, even if she was financially poor. And I think that's the biggest thing about it. Adam Smith, who was the greatest economist to ever live, this was 300 years ago, he once wrote about this. He was like, why do people work so hard? And he was just like, that's a simple question, but why do people work so damn hard? And he's like, it can't just be for our sustenance, because even poor people, as he was writing about it, had homes and adequate food most of the time. He's like, there has to be something else. And what that something else was, he wrote, was to be seen by other people. And it was attention and admiration. They wanted to be getting rich so that they could have a bigger house and a nice car, not in his day, but they wanted attention from other people. But he was like, it's not that you needed the money, because even in his day, 300 years ago in Scotland, I think he was like, look, people have homes and food. Like, what are they doing this for? And he was not criticizing that. Like, his whole point was like, they're going out and innovating. They're going to have great technology. And like, it's great to go do that. But the reason to do it was not because they had to stop. Now, of course, most people to get shelter and food do have to keep working, but they're working more than they absolutely need to because they want something else besides independence.